All right, brace yourself for this gem.
But if you did, you would see some pretty nutty stuff. The Kola super deep borehole, and I've been called worse, is in Russia, close to the Norwegian border. It's only about 23 centimeters across.
Yeah, keep in mind this guy's just reading out of a book and just posting it on the internet. He hasn't really discovered any of this. He's just literally doing what anyone else can do and presenting it to you. But anyways,
But it's just over 12.2 kilometers deep. Starting
oh, nice graphic.
back in 1970, it took Soviet scientists more than 20 years to get down there, and they were originally supposed to go deeper, but it got way too hot. Like 180 degrees Celsius hot. Twice as hot as they thought it would be at that depth. Hot enough to melt the drilling equipment. At those temperatures,
Oh, wow.
the rocks actually acted more like plastic than rocks. And they found fossils, not at the bottom, but around
Okay, yeah, wait for this one.
7 kilometers down, there were 2 billion-year-old microscopic fossils of plankton.
No, like, why do they think they're that old? Just because of the depth they found them? This is the idiocy of the scientific community and the idea of layers dating the fossils and fossils dating the layers. It's circular reasoning. What, they just assume because it's deep that it's that old? Is it quite possible that water found another way to get there and carried fossils down with it? No, that's not a possibility, but anyways, we'll keep going.
Also, water. Perhaps you've heard of it. There was liquid water way deeper than anyone expected.
I wonder why. Oh, yeah, now it gets better. Perhaps this idiotic idea.
Maybe formed by hydrogen and oxygen being squeezed out of rock crystals. And what was the point?
Rock crystals. Rock crystals is how they found water that deep. Oh, gosh, like the idiocy is just astounding. We've already been told in the Bible that there is waters above and below. That's where the waters from the fountains of the deep came. With the flood, some people might think the flood was from rain. Actually, that's impossible. No, it was very explicit that waters burst open for the fountains of the deep from the waters that were below the earth's crust, just like we were told. We've always been told. And you might ask, oh, where did the water go? It's in the oceans. That's what the oceans are. Do you get it? Oh, how can that be? Well, here's one reason why. If you look at the salinity of the water, it's constantly increasing, which means it had to be fresher at some time. What is going to, oh, you've been here for millions of years. No, we haven't, because if we have, it would have been dried up by now. People, they can't explain these things. They keep talking like everything's so old, and it's really not. The science does not make any sense. Because if it was as old as they say they would, lots of things would be different. The water in the ocean would be too salty for anything to live in it. Other things like, say, the delta from the Mississippi River in the Gulf of Mexico, it would have filled up the Gulf of Mexico by now at the rate it's growing. Like, just stuff they can't account for. And then they're going to look at these things and come up with these ridiculous ideas. Like a toddler came up with them. Oh, well, maybe the water came from ice crystals, and then a portal opened, and unicorns with fairy dust came, and that's where rainbows come from. Right.